Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun. Let's run Shadowrun Hong Kong. We have talked to our NPCs. We have accepted missions. All that's left, we've talked to the guy downstairs. All that's left is, well, we could check out the shops. I lied to you last video about going off and doing missions. Apparently. I love the system here that tells you how to find places. There's maximum law. Overhead, a gigantic call sign shines like a searchlight, screaming its message through the dim light. Hums, flickers, sputting like an old engine. Fierce electric crackles sporadically burst out of the sign's emitter, stabbing your eyes and filling your ears with static. Under the baleful glare of the sign, the rusty mini-barge's deck is stacked with electronics. Dilapidated stereos share space with crisply boxed servers. Ranks of disks and memory chips fill display cases, padlocked under plexiglass. A short human in his late 20s stands in the middle, hands on his hips, talking loudly into the air. Bulky virtual reality goggles cover his eyes. Data jack cable runs from his temple down his stained t-shirt to a belt load of clearly home-built computer hardware. No, I'm telling you, nobody uses KM3. His voice is shrill, clipped. Nobody uses KM3s, like nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Deng says. If Shiawase SRP uses KM3s, they're stupid. Hey, flesh is rolling up. Gotta go. He turns to face you, goggles blank and enigmatic, blinking with tiny lights wrapped in duct tape. He points at your PDA. I ripped that PDA. You work for kindly. So, yo, what do you want? You provided this PDA. What? Tell me about it. It was a Fuji Azura Star 3. They use a Scarab chip, which is good, but the motherboard is wet noodles and sprouts. I pulled out the trackers and installed encryption. Now it runs on the Whampoa virtual network. The corpse and cops can't crack it. I can't track it. Well, thanks for the PDA. Nice work. It's what we do, he shrugs dismissively. This is Law's Technology Palace, satellite territory of Whampoa. You step on the boat, you're in a sovereign state. I represent Whampoa here. I'm maximum law. He draws himself up proudly, settling his hands on his hips. The maximum law, yo. Found this while poking. Worth anything? You got a tech problem? Boom. I solve it. You need software? Boom. Done. Don't waste my time. So you got any business, Whampoa, right now? If not, keep moving. Here for tech, show me what you got. Scans chip's case. Is this worth anything? Casing with handheld optical reader. Yo, that shit is banned. Lifted off some yellow Lotus? They traffic this stuff. Delimited SIM chips, full sensory experiences. You looking for a buyer? I can make it happen. How's 120 sound? Sure, take it. Hope it finds a good home. That sounds... Nah, I'll keep it. What? Don't tease me like that. Oh, I might sell it later. We'll see about that. I'm here for tech. Show me what you've got. Do I have anything I can sell to you? A sawed-off Benelli. Sure. Exit. Boom, another problem solved by Law's Technology Palace. Okay, see you later, Law. Yeah, whatever. I'm doing the same kind of voice for him I do for female characters. Because I don't know exactly how to do a shrill crypt. I probably do, but I don't know that it's called shrill and clipped. Which shows the limits of my supposedly vast vocabulary. You again? I thought I told you to fuck off. Kindly will vouch for me. Yeah, you just idle your engine there for a minute and I'll check on that. There's a long silence on the intercom. Door gives several heavy metallic clicks. There's a dull rumble like heavy bolts sliding back. Green light flashes on the terminal. The door appears to be unlocked. You can enter the clinic. Enter Chrome Alley. Ten-Armed Ambrose. The Clinic looks like it just hosted a party. Can I get to this? What is my equipment list? Okay, I'm pretty loaded up. Don't need that. Clinic looks like it just hosted a party. Spindly mechanical arm swing from unobtrusive wall mounts, pulling down crepe paper ribbons, and scooping... Literal party! Okay. Scooping food platters and empty beer bottles into biohazard bags. A severely crippled Caucasian man sits in a wheelchair amidst the maelstrom of mess and robotics. He's in his 40s, thick beard, tungsten earrings, beer belly, one cyber eye. Both his legs are missing, one at the hip, the other at the knee. He has only one arm, and only 3 fingers remain on his surviving hand. His face and arms show the scars of reconstructive surgery. Okay, he grins widely at you, regarding you with bloodshot eyes. He's clearly hungover. Hey, I'm Ambrose. He shouts cheerfully in English, his words piling together in loose Midwestern accent. They call me Ten-Armed. Welcome to the Kong, fellow UCASian. He chuckles, his chest shaking with mirth. A Waldo arm springs to life and swings over to him. Its menacing metal pincer momentarily sets a cigarette between his lips, just long enough for him to inhale from it. Kindly says, "You're all right. What can I do for you?" Why are you so fortified? Your front door could stop a bulldozer. Are you kidding? Have you any idea how much all this stuff in here is worth? This is high capital operation, and life's dangerous for a guy missing most of his members, tooling up smugglers and criminals. Let me tell you what, though. Someone bursts in here, they're going to be in world of hurt. There's a lot more than pipes and wires up in the false ceiling, and I've got Kindly's crew in the Club 88 boys on the panic button. They know which side their bread is crumbed on. What, you think of trying to knock me over? Show me your services. What do you have here? What do I do? Tune-ups, engine rebuilds on your ass. I do it all. First aid, second aid, surgery, cybernetics, I can't pronounce that one, but I know what it is. It's like bone work, I think. Euthanasia, I'm your one-stop shop for health and beauty. Well, maybe not beauty. Can you install me with combat wear? You know it. You got the coin and the essence. I'll trick you out like a bulldozer with ground effects and a turret. I've got it all. Bionic limbs, wired reflexes, Decker wear, blood filters, synthetic muscle, bone lacing, greased bearings, ground effects, tight bolts. What are ground effects? Okay, what is my essence like? My essence is 6. I don't have any cyberware right now. So I could likely go to magic if I opened up something up. Well, let's not do that. The full range of Chrome Alley services is something like that we like to keep beneath the HKPF's radar. Ambrose works. Okay, what sort of mechanical services do you offer? Oh, nothing you'd be interested in. Right now I'm mostly doing engine mechanics and electrician stuff. I sit maximum law and reliable Matthew any work they can handle. I'm really just a hobby and service to the community. It's really just a hobby and service to the community. I make my nut with the clinic. He looks fondly over the massive, partially assembled V8 engine occupying part of the operating theater. That baby's going to be a goddess when I'm done with her. Let's talk about something else. Show me your services. Sure thing. Tune up for spare parts. I'll take that V8 engine and a box of chocolates. Let's look at the cyberware. I have 1,000. Skill wires. That's for throwing weapons. Bone lacing. Increased body. Increased dodge. I apparently already have... I can't afford that. Requires cyberware affinity 1. Don't I already have that? Oh, because I already have it. Okay. Yep, I already have it. Okay. Data jack. Cyber armor basic. Gives increased hit points. Oh, okay. Smart link weapon might be useful, but I'm going more. May do AP damage, pierces up to 1 armor. Strength +4 causes 1 bleeding damage. That does more bleeding. Does not do AP damage. I think I'll avoid that then. Passive +3% to hit. The bone lacing sounds useful. S500. What do I have? Okay. We're going to get this. Probably going to replace that later. And this. Just in case. Current essence 6, 6.5, 4, 4.5. Confirm. Causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. Base number of spell slots available to cast. In addition, each point of magic loss increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it's cooling causes drain damage to the caster, so you can do it. You cannot have less than 1 essence. Come back to the garage soon. You're a doctor? Sure, I am. I'm a rigger doctor, a rockter. Ambrose bursts into laughter, then stops, clutches his head. Oh man, I cannot laugh hard today. Too much partying last night, it hurts. I'm not board certified, but don't worry, I should be. I'm full on skilled. My work's Yellow Lotus guaranteed, and precisely in accordance with World Medical Association standards. Everybody in Hayoi comes to me because I'm the only option. Very well, Rockter. Goodbye, Em. Right on. Let's get you tricked out, unless you just want to bullshit, which I'm down for too. Goodbye, Ambrose. Time for me to go. Cheers, Noel. Talk to you later. We are now cybered. Okay. So our body is 6. It's an artificial 6, though. Okay, so first thing I want to deal with did we go to Whampoa to track down a serial killer? That's right. Head to the Whampoa Garden to discover who's killing the Whampoan elders. In addition to your team, your fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Kowloon area. These runners appear below your core team on the runner selection screen and can be hired on mission-to-mission basis. As you complete missions, both your team members and the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities. Any new items, spells, weapons, or weapon abilities that your runner gains will automatically be available for use the next time you take them on a mission. The problem is, I spent money so I can't really hire any of those. We have a rigger. Fights the aid of his Millspick, Walker, Form, Drone, Crochet. We have Is0bel's. We have Duncan is definitely coming. Gava is definitely coming. I think Ractor looks interesting. I'm going to bring the dwarf, I think, this time. I think I'll probably bring Ractor into the tombs. But this one feels like something that we might end up doing some decking on. Except for there are those alarms to consider. Whampoa Garden, a carnival of chrome and neon, rife with every manner of technology. Artifice one can imagine. The entire area has the feel of a night market, save that chips are sold in lieu of steamed buns, and vendors hawk the latest drones rather than folk art. Something stalks these streets, hiding just out of sight. It stalks the Whampoan elders, the leaders of the band of tech-savvy squatters that have claimed this neighborhood as their own. The streets smell of ozone and fear, and those Whampoans you pass in the MTR station have a haunted, furtive look in their eye. While the killer has only struck at the elders thus far, it may only be a matter of time before ordinary residents are menaced as well. Are we sure this is a serial killer and not a targeted thing to get you guys out of there and take over the garden or take control of the Whampoans? That's a lot of tech savvy there. Either getting rid of you or taking control of you would be a big thing in people's minds. But it might just be a serial killer. Do we have items in the stash? No. So this is going to be it. Oh, you can equip them. That's nice. That's what. The streets of Whampoa Garden are slick with rain, glittering under the neon glow of myriad signs and holographic displays. The sky reflects the same glow, painting the white apartment blocks the sickly orange of sodium streetlights. The smell of grilling meats mingles with other rarer scents, ozone, engine oil, and high-tech fabrication facilities. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the call of street vendors and touts urging people into their stores. Is0bel wrinkles her nose, scowling darkly. She wraps her arms tightly around her chest, staring off into the distance. Is there a word for feeling nostalgic for a place you can't wait to leave again? I don't miss this place, but I miss the feelings I had when I lived here. Saudade, maybe? Is0bel shakes her head. No, that's not it. It's close, but I'm not familiar with the word. I'll look that up later. She lets the sentence trail off into nothingness, clamping her mouth shut for a moment. Is0bel sighs heavily. This place seemed like heaven after the walled city, like the whole world had unfurled in front of me. And anywhere I turned there was promise of a good life. Turned out this place was just as crappy as everywhere else. Everyone was still in it for themselves. Gobbin claps a hand on Is0bel's shoulder, who flinches and pulls away. That's a great life lesson, Is. I'm serious. At the end of the day, life's a raw deal. You've got yourself and a handful of friends, and that's it, nothing else. Duncan casts a sidelong glance at Is0bel and Gobbin, shaking his head. You've got some strange ideas about life. Sure, life's a meat grinder, but come on, there's got to be more to life than just surviving. She did include having friends. Does there? What makes you the authority on that? I'm done talking about this anyway. Is0bel turns toward you and points down the street to your left. We're looking for the Whampoan elders. They're going to be in the Whampoa itself. That's the big ship down the street. I like the fact that Gobbet's model has actual rats on her shoulder. That's a nice touch. I've seen pictures. It looks like a yacht. Is0bel nods, lips pursed. That's the one. Kinda hard to miss. It's been a fixture since late last century. These days it's just a squat. Shops are family affairs, not corporate ones. Is there anything I should know about the Whampoans? They're all tech heads, tinkerers, self-taught scientists. Despite the fact there's no formal education system, everyone here is pretty smart. They apprentice kids to skilled workers so they can learn a trade. Elder Gal taught me decking. Oh, Gal the Greater. Well, that's a common name, though. But we're not going to have to deal with slaving pirates, are we? Well, what am I saying? It's Shadowrun. We probably are, but not him. He's not likely to be. And I left after Elder Gal taught me decking. I left after she got brain fried trying to crack a Mitsuhama network. Elder Ip taught me to shoot. He should still be here. Come on, let's go see what they have to say for themselves. Elder Ip as an Ip man? Okay. Oh, I see. That's Interesting. Is that a... There's no conversation to be had here. That looks like a funeral type. I heard he's not just dead, he's been all cut up. The elders don't want anyone to go inside without the permission. It must be pretty bad in there. What's over here? You're hanging off to yourself. I'm going to look at your model real quick. See if I can get zoomed in. You're armed. You don't look like a safe guy. You look like somebody I'm going to have to shoot later. Or claw up. I want the cyber whip. I want the monofilament cyber whip. I want to Castlevania it up in Shadowrun. Okay. Elder Ng. The Orc Woman is festooned with small circuits, tiny trid screens, and speakers. I'm not going to ask. The trid screens display snippets of trid broadcasts from every corner of the world. The tiny speakers play counterpoint with the susurrus of voices speaking Spirithial, Punjabi, Kazakh, and other languages. Her expression is haggard. She fidgets with her fingers as you approach. Welcome, welcome to the Whampoa, my friend. I am Elder Ng, and these are Elders Tang and Ip. Ng gestures to the elf and human, who each incline their heads respectfully. Thank you so much for answering our request for help. We had nowhere else to turn. It is the least I could do. Under Tang's skin, glowing tattoos writhe and change shape. Tigers become cranes and move on to dragons. We're under threat. One by one, we elders are being hunted by some monster. As you may have noticed when you arrived, there's been another killing just tonight. Ip crosses his solid chrome arms. Holographic readouts dance constantly over their surface, displaying diagnostic information about their state, operating temperature, servo pressure, and a variety of other minutiae. He looks past you toward Is0bel. The prodigal daughter returned once more. I didn't expect to see you aboard the Whampoa in my lifetime, Is0bel. When you disappeared, Elder Yetunde was very put out. I'm glad you're still alive. But you chose to walk your own path. I was disappointed, but I still understood why you had to leave. Ip pauses, tasting the air as he chooses his next words with care. I hope my lessons have helped you prosper. Didn't expect to be back either. Work takes you places, though. Is0bel shrugs. A moment later, she places a hand on her pistol, eyes trained on the Ip's shoes. I don't cart this around for fun, Ip. The lessons kept me alive. Is0bel blinks several times and looks up at Ing. Her expression clouded. Where is Yetunde, anyway? I expected her to be here. I remember this part about Shadowrun being a lot of talking to get into. There's a lot of nosing about. It's more of a I hesitate to call them point-and-click adventure games, but the combat parts, often in Shadowrun games so far, the combat parts are can sometimes be avoidable. So especially in early games, when you're not really that powerful yet, combat happens when you've screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in the real tabletop game, too. You do a lot of talking, you do a lot of finding objects and transferring them around, and you avoid combat as much as possible. But anyway, moving on to the next video. See you then.